come down today are able to hear the message that she wants to send about the indictment and about the criminal charges as well. But I'm happy to answer any kind of questions that folks may have about this process, about this misguided and baseless indictment, about these charges that we feel full-heartedly are meant to criminalize protest, are meant to demonize those who dissent, and Kat and the others charged with her in this fake conspiracy are bearing the brunt of this administration's cruel tactics of retaliation against those who dare to speak up, and about right now in this city about the most important issue and the most important topics. So I'm happy to field any kind of questions about those, and then Kat will give a statement. I'm sure you'd rather hear from her than me, but sure. Yeah, sure, thanks. So Josh Herman, Herman, and I'm Kat's lawyer. Okay, so today was Kat's and her co-defendant's initial appearance. An initial appearance is a normal court appearance for somebody coming in, answering an indictment. Conditions of release were issued. She has pled not guilty firmly to both charges. The first charge is a conspiracy for all intents and purposes, to impede an ICE officer by making him drive slowly to work. And the second charge is a misdemeanor assault charge related to standing in front of that vehicle. And when we get down to it, you will see the evidence that completely counters the allegations against Kat, the allegations of her being out there with others, turning protest into a criminal conspiracy, and we will stand firmly against that through trial, through motions, through attacking this indictment. We will take this to trial if we get there. We have some motions that we're thinking about to challenge this theory that the government has offered here. This theory that I may add, and this is why this case is important. This case creates a conspiracy about people standing together spontaneously to protest injustice. Simply by standing together, people who don't even know each other, by being next to each other and having a common First Amendment position in opposition and dissent, becomes a conspiracy. If we have to take that to trial, we will gladly take that to trial and we will win. Sure. So there is more that we expect to be shown as opposed to a clip of part of that. Everybody will know that Kat and others were there at Broadview, not just on September 26th, not just on September 19th, but from the earliest possible opportunity to protest the injustice of what was happening at the Broadview facility, which earlier today, I understand, before Judge Gettleman, there are efforts to address the inhumane and cruel conditions that were in there, that Kat and others were protesting. So that video does not tell the entire story. Moreover, the charge is a conspiracy. The crime of a conspiracy is an agreement. And to concoct an agreement from people standing next to each other with signs and protesting is absurd. It poses great and grave risk to anybody who dares to protest. This is a question that I almost want to turn back to you, because the same question is, why do the individuals, out of the 50 or so people who were there, why are there elected officials who are on top of this indictment? Why are there people who are running for campaign office? Why are there outspoken advocates against what is happening at Broadview? Why are those individuals? And you'll notice when you look at the indictment, there's a lot of press being given to damage done to this car. You'll notice that none of the individuals who are charged are accused of doing any of that damage, right? They're accused of exercising their First Amendment rights, and the conspiracy that is charged is seeking to tag them with things that other people may or may not have done. This is what I can say in that regard. Mr. Martin works with her office. Other than that, maybe we'll be surprised that there's pictures with Kat and other people standing together in protest and in solidarity against what was happening at Broadview, but that is the very precise danger to creating a conspiracy by simple common cause, and that cause being the injustices that were happening at Broadview. No, so the 19th is just a deadline for the government to provide discovery. The next court date is December 4th. So I'd actually like this opportunity. I can address any other questions, but I think in lieu of everybody taking their cameras across the street, I think that now if Kat can read a statement, and she's not going to be taking questions off of it, but if there's follow-up questions, I'm happy to address. Does that work for everybody? Okay, ready?
All right. Sorry, y'all. I usually have a podium, so we're just holding the phone. My name is Kat Abu-Ghazaleh, K-A-T-A-B-U-G-H-A-Z-A-L-E-H. My name is Kat Abu-Ghazaleh. Usually after saying that, I mention that I'm running for Congress. But today, that's not what we're talking about. I want to focus on the people of Chicago who have shown tremendous resilience and courage in the face of daily onslaughts by ICE, DHS, and CBP, agencies that have waged a terror campaign in our neighborhoods and on our communities. Families have been dragged out of their homes and zip-tied in the middle of the night by masked men who rappel down from Black Hawk helicopters. Babies have been pepper sprayed through car windows. Families have been tear-gassed in their neighborhood. People just trying to live their lives have been ripped away from their families. And the masked men who have acted with such brazen impunity have taken our neighbors to the Broadview Processing Center, which has been described as so inhumane and hellish that a federal judge has had to step in, and rightly so. It is because I, like so many others, could not stand by in silence watching our community be ripped apart that I went to Broadview to say this isn't right. This is not who we should be. At Broadview, I have been shot with pepper balls, violently thrown to the ground, and assaulted by government agents. But anything that has happened to me is nothing compared to the horror inflicted on the people who have disappeared into that building and the families they have been forced to leave behind. I was there as a congressional candidate, but also a human being. For speaking up for these people and against this administration's cruel policies, I have been federally indicted. I have been charged with conspiracy for protesting with others. But expressing your First Amendment rights is not a conspiracy, and dissent is not a crime. This case is not just about me or the others charged with me. This is about everyone who has been resilient in our neighborhoods as they are invaded by ICE and CBP. Everyone who speaks out despite fear. That resilience will not be broken because we know we have a moral responsibility to exercise our First Amendment rights and speak out against injustice and what is happening to our neighbors. This indictment is about the Trump administration's effort to falsely frame courage and solidarity as a conspiracy. We will not be scared into silence, and we will not stop standing up to this administration. Do you want to live in a country where you can't speak out against injustice without fearing the law? Where your children could be the next one in that courtroom for standing up for what they believe in? I don't, and I hope you don't either. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, everybody. I know that there's some other defendants that were in that case with their lawyers that may want to speak, and I appreciate your time. Thanks.
Good afternoon. My name is Brad Thompson. It's Thomson. I represent Joselyn Walsh. Joselyn Walsh is a musician who went to Broadview to raise her voice, to speak out against injustice. She raised her voice for her neighbors who were being snatched by armed, masked agents. And she faced violence herself for speaking out. She was shot by a projectile, went smashing through her guitar and struck her leg. And she continued to speak out. And in response, she was charged with this crime. And she will be fighting these charges. And she will be continuing to speak out. And we will fight these charges because this case is not just about Joselyn. It is about the Constitution. This case is about the right to protest. This case is about the right to dissent. And now is as important as ever that we all come together and raise our voices against injustice. And Joselyn will be across the street with her guitar, will be singing a song at the Federal Plaza across the street for anyone who wants to take video or be present for that. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Chris Parenti, P-A-R-E-N-T-E, the attorney for Brian Straw. So you guys see Mr. Straw here went to Broadview to stand up in a peaceful protest to protect the marginalized in our community. Brian's a father, he's a local politician, he is a respected community leader. His actions were entirely lawful and in accordance with his faith and what he teaches his children, which again is to stand up for the marginalized, which he did today, I think, as you saw in that courtroom. We are fully confident that Brian will be exonerated at trial as soon as we have a jury impaneled, and we're looking forward to that. I'll take 2 questions if we want to ask anything.
Chris, I asked Judge Ford, like, curious what you think. I mean, some people have pointed to the video of this incident. They said they're right there, they're on video, they did it, you know. So I'm just wondering what the response is to that.
Again, you'll see it at the trial, but we have full confidence that Brian's going to be fully exonerated when a jury of 12 people from this community who have witnessed the unlawful actions of Border Patrol agents, not all of them, but a lot of them, that they will not have any issues with exonerating Brian in this case. All right, thank you.
E-A-T-S-H-A-R-P. I serve as Chief of Staff in the 40th Ward with Alderperson Andre Vasquez. I am a candidate for Cook County Commissioner in the 12th District, and I am a proud, lifelong Chicagoan. I want to be sure people understand why I and many others have protested outside of the Broadview ICE facility. In the last 2 months, ICE has terrorized my neighbors, friends, and loved ones. They have pepper sprayed and tear gassed children, kidnapped a preschool teacher in front of her students, and murdered a father after dropping his children off at school. I personally have had to look through abandoned vehicles in my neighborhood to identify those abducted by ICE, only to find out some are single parents whose young children are now alone. At Broadview, detainees are denied access to attorneys, food, and showers, and are forced to sleep in crowded rooms on concrete floors next to overflowing toilets. We are seeing the Trump administration violate our Constitution and violate our human rights. These criminal charges will not silence us from speaking out against this injustice. Our neighbors, our city, and our country cannot afford our silence. Today and always, we stand together.
Thank you. Any questions?
Kat, will you take any questions? I'm curious how you're juggling this with your campaign.
I think Kat's not going to take any questions at this time, but a well-put question. It is definitely the plan to take this to trial.
I asked others about the video of this incident. Do you want to speak at all to what actually happened on the video?
I don't think we're going to be talking about any of the facts right now. I think people can see for themselves, the ludicrousness of this indictment. And we firmly believe that a jury of Kat's peers is going to see this indictment for exactly what it is. Any other questions?
What's the significance of the butterfly plants? I'm curious.
It's very important to lift up migration and to center the immigrant communities that are the focus of Trump's attack right now, and so I know it is a core principle of Kat's and her husband Gabe, who stands with her today, to always keep the people who are most targeted by Trump's attacks at their heart and at the center of these issues, because fundamentally that is what this is about. If no one was speaking, if no one was protesting, this case would not be here. We are here, and these charges have been brought as a result of trying to hide the fascist and authoritarian attacks on migrant communities in Chicago. And the city of Chicago, Ms. Sharp, and everyone in this matter, and everyone in the streets will not be silenced. And I am attorney Molly Armour. My last name is spelled Armour.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I can never remember the lyrics. We could do "We Shall Not Be Moved." Yeah. Yeah, let's do it. Yeah. But somebody call it so we know.
Yeah, we're in G major unless you want to change the key. And do you have a particular version you want to do or any?
Let's just do it. Yeah. Okay.
Standing up for justice.
We're standing up for justice, we shall not be moved. We're standing up for justice, we shall not be moved. It's like a tree that's planted by the water. We shall not be moved.
Because we love our neighbors.
Because we love our neighbors, we shall not be moved. Because we love our neighbors, we shall not be moved. It's like a tree that's planted by the water. We shall not be moved. Outside of Chicago, we shall not be moved. Outside of Chicago, we shall not be moved. Just like a tree that's planted by the water. We shall not be moved.
Until they shut down Broadview,
we shall not be moved. Until they shut down Broadview, we shall not be moved. Just like a tree that's planted by the water. We shall not be
until we all are free.
Until we all are free, we shall not be moved. Until we all are free, we shall not be moved. Just like a tree that's planted by the water. We shall not be moved.
El que no sea, que haga la prueba. No nos moverán. Otra vez en español. No nos moverán. No nos moverán. No nos moverán. El que no sea, que haga la prueba. No nos moverán. Because we love our neighbors.
Because we love our neighbors, we shall not be moved. Because we love our neighbors, we shall not be moved. Just like a tree planted by the water, we shall not be moved.
Even when they gas us.
Even when they gas us, we shall not be moved. Even when they gas us, we shall not be moved. Just like a tree that's planted by the water.
They're gonna try to scare us.
They're gonna try to scare us, we shall not be moved. They're gonna try to scare us, we shall not be moved. Just like a tree that's planted by the water, we shall not be moved.
With the Broadview Six.
With the Broadview Six, we shall not be moved. With the Broadview Six, we shall not be moved. Just like a tree that's planted by the water, we shall not be moved.
All of us together.
All of us together, we shall not be moved. All of us together. America.